Yo, I'm super stoked. First thing I'm gonna do, we're gonna watch this trailer. Here you go. Hope you enjoy.
You've spent countless hours perfecting your game, honing your passes, and dialing in your shots, and the Rocket League Championship Series has grown right along with you. From community-driven grassroots competitions into one of the world's leading professional esports. And that was just the beginning. Introducing RLCS Season X, a year-long tournament circuit worth over $4 million. It all starts on the regional level. North America, Europe, Oceania, and South America each have their own series of events. In North America and Europe, the season is divided into 3 splits: fall, winter, and spring. Splits are defined by unique tournament format, forcing teams to master new challenges throughout the season. Each split is made up of 3 regional events. Regionals start with fully open qualifiers. Teams that qualify earn RLCS circuit points based on their finishing placement in that regional event. These points are tallied up to see which teams will join the other 3 regions at that split's international major, to fight for even more points, more prize pool, and to become a major champion. Every goal, game, and match could be the deciding difference as teams vie to earn the most cumulative points across 3 splits and 3 international majors to qualify for the Rocket League World Championship. The ultimate test of skill, composure, and drive. Start your journey, live your Rocket League dream, and sign up now.
So I don't know about you, but I thought that was pretty hard. Like, that video was super clean. The background music, that main menu music from season God knows what, Johnny Boy, the fakes of Rocket League kind of for like casting. I thought that was super tough, and that was a very good trailer. So props to whoever made that. You did a great job. But without further ado, let's get right into it. I think this is the best explanation I can offer you guys in terms of how the Swiss bracketing system works. The first round is either drawn at random or seeded according to some prior order, such as rating or recent performance. In this case, I believe it's just going to be RLCS and RLRS, or it might be completely random, teams pitted against each other 1 through 16. All participants then proceed to the next round, in which winners are pitted against winners, losers are pitted against losers, and so on, so forth in each round. That is the most simplified Swiss system tournament explanation I can give. This is the best diagram I found that explains it very nicely, so I'm going to do it the best of my ability on how this works. So round 1, you have teams 1 through 16. We're going to say they're all random, alright? They duke it out. Here are the results in round 2. Team A through Team H all went 1-0, whereas Team I through Team P all went 0-1. So you have your results from round 1. Round 2 is now going to have Team A play someone, either Team B, Team C, Team D, Team E, Team F, Team G, Team H, because they're all 1-0. They all have the same record. Team A will never face someone who's 0-1 because they're 1-0. Team L will never face Team D because Team L is 0-1 and Team D is 1-0. So far, so good. Now, after all of the left column plays other teams in the left column, and all the right column plays other teams also in the right column, we go to round 3. This is where you start to get mixed results. Team A through D won against Team E through H in their respective series. So Team E through H are now 1-1. They move into this middle column, whereas Team A through D are now 2-0 because they won in the very first round and the second round as well. Teams I through L got the wins against teams M through P. So I through L are now in the middle, 1-1, whereas teams M through P are 0-2. That's where it gets interesting because we have qualifications and eliminations in round 4. Team A and B go on to defeat Team C and D. They go 3-0, whereas Team C and D fall to 2-1. Teams E through H improve to 2-1 when they face other teams in the middle column. The other teams in the middle column that are 1-1 go on to 1-2, and they are now in this right column, along with Team N and M, who are 1-2 instead of 0-2, and eliminated is 0-3, Team O and P. They couldn't get the win against Team M or Team N. I know I'm explaining this like a little bit choppy, but in my head it makes sense. I hope I'm expressing it in words like as good as I can. All it is if you're 2-0, you're facing somebody else in your column that is 2-0. If you're 1-1, you're facing someone else that is 1-1. And if you're 0-2, you guessed it, you're facing someone else that's 0-2. So in round 4, qualified, just don't even look at that. You qualified. Eliminations, don't even look at that. You're eliminated. All that's left is these two columns now. These 2 and 1 teams are going to go against each other. These 1 and 2 teams are going to go against each other. And now you have more qualified teams, C, D, and E. We'll say Team C beat Team G. They were 2 and 1, and now they're 3 and 1. So Team G must have went 2 and 2, and they did go 2 and 2. So now they're in this middle spot. More teams got eliminated that lost on this side, and the teams that won on this side are now pitted against each other in the middle. So there's only one thing left. It's the 2 and 2 teams. They duke it out. 3 goes on to qualify, as you can see down here. 3 go on to lose it, which get eliminated, as you can see down there. I hope this was a good explanation, guys. I did my best to try and explain it to the best of my ability. So that's how the Swiss system tournament works. Now, if you want to stick around, I'm going to go through this page. It's actually my second time, I believe, going through it, second or third. And it's pretty interesting. RLCS X is Roman numerals for 10, for those of you who are very young and do not know that. As a huge, the biggest prize pool yet, by the way, of $4.5 million overall prize pool. We're making sweeping changes to the league, which we saw. It is no longer biannual, which means 2 in a year. It is 1 yearly, but it's going to be like in both years. As you can see here, fall, winter, spring. Obviously, it's going to be a little of 2020, a little of 2021. We are near fall, we're near August, that's when it begins, and we're going to go into signups if you're interested in this in just a bit. So they believe this change from biannual to an open event based circuit format will create a healthy balance between open competition and rewarding consistent high level performance, which I believe is true. I like this setup because there's so many teams in this. It favors this instead of round robin. Okay. And I like how this works. If you're good, you play good teams. If you're bad, you play bad teams. That's just how it works. I really pray, I hope these events are live, because Rocket League's that much more fun to watch when there's lands involved, when people are yelling at the top of their lungs because COVID, obviously. We'll see when it comes to the end of spring at the Rocket League World Championship. So there's 3 splits. It constitutes a full season, fall, winter, and spring. Each split will feature 3 standalone regional events for both North America and Europe, 6 between the 2 regions for a total of 18 regional events per season. All regional events will begin with an open qualifier on BattleFi. Now, I'm pretty sure this doesn't say fly and it's fi, right? Yeah, there's no L in there. But you click this link, and this is how you register. It's not smash.gg, so this is a little different. I'm going to leave this link in the description below if you are interested in getting you and your boys to sign up. Each split will culminate with a major, 3 majors per season, and all 3 splits will showcase a different tournament format. So fall is 32 teams, winter is 24 teams, spring is 20 teams. Regional events will provide $100,000 in prizing per event, and majors will provide $250,000 in prizing per split. RLCS will provide $1 million, and obviously the overall is $4.5 million. So each split has its own format, and this is what you can expect from the fall split. There's nothing about winter and spring as of yet, but more information will become available as time goes on. So fall regional will have 32 teams. Teams that earn their spot from RLCS Season 9, don't worry, you'll be auto-invited, makes sense. They bypass open qualifiers as well, obviously. Teams that earn their spot from the previous rival series will be auto-seeded into day 3 of the open qualifier. So they're going to be pretty far, but not quite in, is what they make it sound like. The 32 qualified teams will be placed into 2 groups of 16, with each playing a Swiss format. The top 8 teams from each group will proceed to another 16-team Swiss format, like I mentioned before. The top 8 teams from that group will move on to a single elimination bracket, and all events in the fall split will be online. Signups are open now. We just went over that. It's the BattleFi. I'll link that in the description below. And we'll close on July 24th, so that's very soon. Make sure you do that for each region's first regional event. Broadcast for the fall split will begin on August 1st. So all these events, you're working towards getting qualification points, all right? That's the ultimate goal. You want these points so you can make it to World Championship qualification, all right? Regional events will be fewer points, but they're still points, whereas majors will be a ton of points. It's important to note that points will reset between splits for major qualification, but points accumulated over all 3 splits will still serve for World Championship qualification. This helps keeps everything competitive between all the seasons and everything healthy. This is for long-term competitive consistency. So that's basically it. There's RLCS the grid as well. It's another big change. It's a weekly tournament circuit. I'm not going to go in depth into it. I'll just leave this here for a couple of seconds. But that's all for this video pretty much. I'm so excited for RLCS X. I'm just gonna call RLCS 10 at this point, really. It looks pretty lit, man. Like, I'm just trying to see it land. I'm trying to see people go at it and some people get hyped. I hope this Swiss tournament didn't confuse you. I hope I explained it okay. My takeaway from this is, if you're a good team, you place a good team. If you are a bad team, you face a bad team until you are eliminated or qualified. And you will never face the same opponent. That's one last thing I should probably throw in there if I didn't already. So if you like this video, leave a like. And if you want to subscribe, go ahead and do so. It'd make my day, and it could help you as well. But speaking of days, have a good one. Peace.